another session of free online lessons by Acad Systems. And my name is Akil Bajuri, and today I would like to show to you guys a new knowledge of administration works by using BIM360. Okay, so as you all aware that BIM360 is getting popular in Malaysia, especially because we are implementing BIM360 as a common data platform. Okay. Okay, and it comes with 4 different packages provided by Autodesk for Southeast region. Okay, it started with docs, BIM360 docs. Okay, and then we go with another package of BIM360 design, BIM360 glue, or now we call it as a BIM360 coordinate. And then we have a new and classic module of build, BIM360 build. Okay, and yeah, all of these 4 packages are available to be used by Malaysians, and soon Autodesk will add more packages for costing, for operations, and for planning. Okay, and today the contents of our free learning session today is on how we are going to set up the BIM360 projects and accounts for those who just started learning BIM360. And you know, if you are the BIM manager or BIM coordinator, supposedly you should know the right way to setting all this up. Okay, so that we will use this platform in a correct way. Okay, BIM360 can be accessed by using web page, or you can use your mobile device like iPad, tablet, mobile phone, and so on. It doesn't need to be a high-end computer or laptops. Okay, and just so you know, whatever settings that you are creating, it must start with BIM360 docs. Okay. And BIM360, because BIM360 docs is the file-based platform where you can upload everything inside BIM360 docs, and design, glue, and build is just a functional features to link all the functional features with docs, whatever drawings that you uploaded in docs. Okay, so it's kind of centralized all documents inside docs, so that everybody, whatever roles that you are making, whatever roles that you are doing inside the BIM360 platform, so you will get to access the same exact data for all project members. Okay, it wasn't like this previously. For the past 5 years, if you are using BIM360 team and if you are using BIM360 field, okay, and you were uploading your file separately, and each of BIM360 field and team has their own administrator setting and roles. So that is quite different from current. Okay, I believe if you were learning BIM360 team previously, you may end up with like only focus on BIM360 team and whatever things that related to it. Okay. All right, and as to access BIM360, you can simply go to web browser. Okay, for instance, I'm accessing my the link is like admin.bim360.autodesk.com. Okay, you can just simply search, Google it. Okay, and then once you get access to go to the administrator, and just bear in mind that whatever menus that you need to see, first you have to go to the top left button menu. So this is the items that usually the things that will be seen by admin in the first place before we add more features, more packages into our account. Okay, and as an account admin, you are the acting BIM manager for BIM360 roles. So you may be a BIM manager for that project, okay, but sometimes some projects require a separate BIM manager to control all the data and all that lah. Okay, so this is account admin page that you have to look at once you get this into BIM360. Okay, and inside this account admin, you will see there is projects that you can add. As you all aware that BIM360 will not have any storage limitation. So what if you are working on a very huge building, very huge file sizes, it doesn't really matter because it supports whatever storage that you are uploading, regardless of the amount. Okay, and then for projects numbers are also unlimited, and you can also add as many projects that you wish for your company. Okay, for let's say for this 1 year, you are using BIM360 for like 10 projects, then you are allowed to do so. So there is no restriction on project numbers. Okay, and most importantly, you have to add the project members inside this BIM360 account, BIM360 platform. So when I say project members, it means that it's not just a designer, it's not just a manager, a supervisor, whatever members that you are currently working on, but it also includes the stakeholders, it also includes the clients, okay, and also it is best practice to include all the subcons as well, okay, because everybody will get to communicate inside this platform, and everybody will see all updates, okay, all version updates, so that everybody will be aligned with the project, so that nobody will be left behind. Okay, and same goes to the company. So if you are having the company list of company in this particular project or any other project, you just simply need to add company, set the company name, okay, and then your company trade, address, logo, and so on. So for this kind of situation, so just need to key in properly along with the description if you have any. Okay, and then for project members also the same. You just need to click add. Okay, and you can invite members by spreadsheet also. Okay, and if you want to add people to the okay, members directory, so it will just need to insert the user email. Okay, as long as regardless that user having Autodesk account or not, you still can invite them. Okay, and there is no restriction on domain that you can be invited. It doesn't have to be. It can be open source domain, or it can be a standard email like Gmail, Yahoo, and so on. So it still can be worked that way. Okay, you can, let's say you are adding email. Let's say I'm adding my email at Gmail this way. Okay, and then you can simply click add. Okay, and once you added the email, so you will set the default company. So let's say I'm saying this is the acadsystems Berhad, and I will assign that particular person a role. So for these roles, this is kind of very particular on some projects, and I will show you later on how you can add more roles if you don't have any suitable roles to be assigned to that particular person. Okay. Okay, and then you can click save. Okay, and then that person will get the invitation email. Okay, so saying that they have to click at the link from the email given, then get access to BIM360. Okay, and speaking of roles, okay, so in BIM360 we also as a manager, as a BIM360 manager or BIM360 administrator, you have to be clear about the roles, because if you just rely on this particular standard of this standard roles, it may be correct, it may be work for your project, but sometimes you want to add further roles. Maybe you want to add like a subcon roles for particular services. You want to add few more roles for, you know, contractor, subcontractor, and so on. So this would add few more. So just you need to type in. So let's say you want to type in subcon, means that you are creating subcon. So let's say it's a subcon for ceiling. Okay, so that whoever that is assigned to do this, has been awarded to do this job for the projects, you can simply add more and more. to this particular project. Okay. Okay. Create role and click add, then it will be added into this roles list. And once you have the roles ready in this list, so and you will see there is a level of access that can be assigned to each of the roles stated in the project. Okay, for instance, the first one is the project admin. Okay, you may assign more than one admin for to assist you to ease the process. Some people like the main architects, engineers, and so on. So all the main con usually, if you want them to be an admin, so you can let them to do so, because you are still the administrator, the owner of the account. Okay, but by assigning the additional admin, you are helping them to to better management their team, so that they can simply access add few more members if they have any, and then you can still get in control of that. So if whatever action that they have done, the additional admin have done, you will get the notifications, and you guys will be working together on. Okay, and then that's the project admin roles. So there is also roles that to assess the document management, and most of the time we will let all roles and users to access these document management features. And the difference between all users is that there is some folders in BIM360 docs that we can get a particular permissions, and we will let them access to certain data, and to allow them to do a certain actions. Like, even though you're giving them access to access the certain folder in BIM360 docs document management module, it doesn't mean that that user can download everything, can delete everything. So it all in the history, in the record. Okay, and then also we have any other features. Let's say if you have enabled the project management, okay, you can allow the project management. Let's say for the architect, you allow the architect to be the project to access the project management. And usually for project management, we will assign the contractor, okay, as to do the project management. And field management also same thing, like this is the features. This is the features from BIM360 build, and we have the design collaboration features. Okay, and then we have the insight features, and you can have more features if you sign up for more packages. Okay, as of now, this is the only features available that we have. Okay, and inside is the features to access the reporting tools. So let's say you want to know the numbers of issues created today, and let's say the action that have been taken. So all the issues that has been created or solved will be reported in on Insight, and the person who have access to Insight will be able to generate reports for whatever things that you need to see. Okay, and as the manager, as the BIM360 administrator and manager, so you will get to see the analytics of your account. Okay, for instance, for this particular account, you have numbers of let's say for now I'm having 8 activated members. So if you still have few more members that has not been activated and currently in use has been assigned to the license, you will see on the member limits by service. So it says here I have like 10 over 60 members assigned to BIM document management. Project management also the same, 10 users assigned, and only 3 users assigned to BIM360 field. Okay, and you will get to know the overview of the projects by type. Okay, and you can get to know the company straight, what are the the kind of showing the summaries of the information that you require. Okay, so this is the analytic. This is the very first thing you need to check when you have signed up for BIM360, because sometimes especially when you were linking your trial account into the paid account, so this could be an issue where previously when you were using trial, everybody were assessing individually, but in paid version, you are the owner of the the platform, and you are in charge of to add more members and utilize more seats. Okay, and for this reason, you don't have to allow. Let's say you are running out of seats. Let's say you are currently utilizing 20 over 20 seats, and you have to add more members into this project. So you cannot let them purchase on their own. Okay, and you because even if you allow to, you have to make that purchase using your email, your current email as the admin, as the contract manager, so that it will be entitled into this particular project. Okay, and that is why for BIM360, I always suggest recommend to my client that BIM360 is a project-based platform. So it's not like you are having Google Drive, you are having OneDrive, everybody will get to have their own storage limits and data, and then everybody will upload to their folders individually and then share with us. So it's not, it's similar like that, but the way BIM360 manage data is quite different from the standard cloud storage services by others. Okay. Right, so there is a new settings. Okay, if you have the settings for profiles, you can add your set your whoever that is assigned to be the account administrator. So it can be more than one. It can be any numbers that you wish. Okay, and then whatever activity created by all admins, okay, it will be stated here saying that today at 2:41 p.m. I, as the sole admin here, has created the subconsulting account role. And if the other admin are creating another activities, let's say downloading or uploading few files, or creating a new, adding a new members, adding new companies, it will also be listed here in the admin activities. Okay. And this is the page that, integration is different. Okay, and then I will show you how to add a project. Okay, before we go further to assign, let's say we have already added members, already added the companies. Okay, already added the companies, and then you have assigned the roles, analytics, and so on. So you have to assign the projects. Okay, you have to add the project here, and let's say I'm using I'm putting a name for, let's say, for project A, for instance, and then you will have to set the project type. If that project is office building, so then you can get the right project type, and then you will see if the project is using is a new construction project or extension. Okay, so you will get to choose these options, and please, okay, choose the project value. Okay, so even though you will see there is a kind of currency on the right side here, including Malaysia MYR, okay, but you can still use this whatever list project that you wish. Okay, let's say for 3 million, okay, or let's say for 10 million, okay, for instance. Okay, but the currency does not really matter, and in fact, for most of the project, I will suggest my client to stick with the USD. Okay, even though the project value is in Malaysian ringgit, it doesn't really matter, because numbers is just to display what are the data that you will be sharing out. Okay, but you can still choose MYR, doesn't matter, and then you have to choose the contract type. Okay, as of now, this is the only project type available, contract available for BIM360. Or you may, if you are using a different contract type, you may request to Autodesk to assign separate project types in your account. Okay, and you have to set the project start date. So it's very important here to set the project setup date. Let's say it's starting from May, and the expecting end date is around 2023, for instance. Okay, and then if there is any project number, it's not really necessary. But if you have any project number for your company, you can still run, or any kind of project code that people will know this is this particular project. Okay, and just leave it the business unit here, and then put the address. Okay, and then assign the province, countries. So let's say I'm assigning Malaysia here, Kuala Lumpur, right? So this is important because when you are making other people's, so let's say you are setting a session of like inspection on site, and those who are inspected will get to use BIM360 platform by accessing from mobile phone or iPad or tablet. So the GMT project time zone, or the Green Meridian time standard, need to be aligned together with local. Okay, so that when you have, let's say this time we are in Malaysia, we are using this GMT plus 8. Okay, but let's say the user phones does not really use the GMT plus 8. Let's say they are using GMT plus 7 if they are outside KL. Okay, so there will be a problem with the report generations, where you will see the time is purely is totally wrong, and then you will get to see all the data are not all the activities, history record and so on will not be placed in the right timing. Okay, so and then once you have done this, all of this, create project profile. Okay, you can add more. You can add logos, can add images for that particular project, rendering images or 3D image and so on. So then you will click save and continue. Okay, and now you will be brought to the project admin. Okay, so you, for of all projects that were listed in this project, so for this particular project you will see project A just created by me. Okay, and then I am now the admin for this. Okay, and then basically, if you are running the BIM360 platform, if you are purchasing BIM360 docs, you will only get to see the document management. Okay, but if you are having BIM360 build, you will get to see the project management, field management, asset management also. And if you are purchasing BIM360 design, you will get to see the design collaboration features here. Okay, and you also be entitled to use the classic module of BIM360 field. Okay, because BIM360 field is the combinations or the old module of project management, field management, and assets. So it's like a classic module of that, three modules. Okay, but the difference between BIM360 field and project management, field management, and asset is that when you were uploading drawings and files, it were not integrated into a centralized position. So that is quite, for me, is going to cause you trouble, because whatever updates data from the consultants, if you are the contractor, you will not get to see the live update of that particular drawings, models, and so on. Okay, and sorry, this is the profile. So this is where you have to set the right roles. Okay, sorry, the right project services. So let's say you need to activate the document management. Okay, that's for sure. And if you have the standard template for previous project, so let's say for this project you need to copy the setting inside the other projects, then you will get to choose whatever setting that is here. Okay, and then if you don't want to apply project template, then if you want to create from scratch, then this is just select don't apply a project template. And then what you need to do is to activate. Okay, activate without template. Okay, it's going to take some time to activate this platform. Okay, and if these are the objects, these are the project services that will be listed based on your purchase. Okay, and then let's say I want to activate the project management features here. Okay, I will do the same thing, activating. Okay, and it's going to take some time. Okay, but while waiting for this activity, so you will see there is also a members and companies. So why we have another members and company? Because previously when we added members, when we added companies, that was into the main BIM360 platform. Okay, it's already active. Okay, so now I'm the only person in this project. Okay, so now whoever members on that platform that you added, you can let them into this particular project. So you can still do the same thing. And for this add project members, you can only add members that already invited earlier. So you cannot simply add anonymous people. You cannot simply add other people's that was not invited earlier. So let's say I'm accessing this account. Okay, select, and I will do the same thing, assign the roles, and give them the permissions to, let's say, to be the project admin, also give the insight permissions. Okay, but this can be edited later. You can click add to project. So now we have two projects, and don't forget to assign the company and roles as well. Okay. Okay, back to the services, and let's say I only want to activate the project management, document management, and the next thing, once you activated these features, what you need to do is to go to the services setting for document management on the left side. Okay, and okay, so on the left side is the way we configure the document management. So let's say you want to know the activities, advanced settings, reviews, okay, and then you want to know the project admins, project management setting on the left side. Okay, so in this project management settings, you as the manager, you should create the RFI workflow and the submittal workflow for this. And this RFI workflow comes with a standard template. And from here, you need to assign the users who will be allowed to create the RFI, to raise the RFI, and who will be the manager for that RFI. Okay, and then who will be the reviewer? So let's say the reviewer is the architect. Okay. And if you want to have a different workflow, you will get to see, okay, if you have the standard RFI workflow, okay, with one reviewer, you can also, if you want to add further reviewer for your workflow, you can still need to see this apply, okay. And you still have to assign the reviewer, okay. And that is the features that we will be working as the BIM manager. Okay, if you are the one that is using BIM360 platform, then you have to be very particular on this. Okay, even though most of the projects will require hard copy and all that, so that will be some kind of attachment. So all the process must be done inside BIM360 platform itself. And same goes to submittals, okay, who has been assigned, who has been allowed to submit the particular drawings and projects and so on. Okay, and then these locations, okay, most of people will misunderstand the locations here. So I will tell you why, because when we talk about locations, usually people will go with like project locations on, let's say in South KL with the particular postcode and so on. But this particular location is actually the locations, or we call it as the rooms, the area inside the building. So it can be using the templates here. So even though you can see here the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 6. So what does it mean by this tier? Is like, for instance, the tier 1 is tower 1. Sorry. Okay. So let's say for tier 1 is tower, enable editing. Okay. Tower A, and the tier 2 is like level 1. Okay, and tier 3 is like zones. Okay, so let's say you have the zones like south zones, and tier 4 would be a room name. So let's say this one is the main hall. Okay, and if you want to have further levels insert in this, so you don't have to copy this tower A to the bottom. So just add this way, level 2 north. Okay, and then let's say this one would be okay, for instance. Okay, so if they allow you to have like a 6 tier, so if you want to reclassify your location, so this would be the locations meant by BIM360 platform. So it's not like when I saw accounts by our customers, so most of them are putting the wrong locations, and that would you know, give them issues and problem, because once you need this location to assign issues, to create RFI, you know, to create submitters, all you need to do is, you know, to assign the right locations into this. Okay, and then later on, once you assign this, you just need to add or import the Excel file. Okay, so instead I'm going to save this. Okay, so I'm going to import this. Okay. Right, doesn't matter. So that will be, and if you cannot let them in, so you can also add these features. So let's say you want to add new area for main hall. So you can also do that. You can add a few more. Okay, you can add, let's say this one is like, we call it as a tier 1, tier 2, and so on. So let's say for the tier 1 is the tower A, and inside the tower A, we have the main hall. Okay, and this would set the locations in the correct way. Okay, so these are all the settings that you need to know once you purchase a BIM360 account. So regardless whatever features that you were looking at, design, build, the docs, okay, even though you want to do the coordination, so you still need to do the same process by setting up the project admin here, okay, document management, project management, because these are the settings that you will most likely go into this most of the time, okay, and to modify according to your projects. Okay, so I open up this session for Q&A. So if you have any question, please raise the questions in the chat room. Okay, while waiting for the questions, so you will see in the project BIM360 admin BIM menu, these are the service available. So it will be different for people that purchase a separate BIM360 platform. Okay, document management, project management. These are the only module that has been activated. So the rest are still not. Okay. Okay, and if you guys have any issues on this BIM360, okay, please raise in our chat room. Okay. And you will see there is a, if you go to the document management, there is a plans, project files. So document management, if you want to know in details about document management, I will arrange another session for this, or you can watch back our previous session on document management conducted by me and Emma. So we already mentioned, explain this, how we're going to do plans, how we're going to add project files and so on. So for the rest, this is today. So this is the content that I wanted to present to you guys. So if do you guys have any questions to us? So feel free to raise the questions in our chat room. So while waiting, so if you are not familiar with our website, you can go to acadsystems.com to get in touch with us. So we have the also branch in Penang if you are located in North. Okay, and from here you will see the latest promotions, you will see the latest workshops and webinars. And for instance, tomorrow we'll get to have another webinar for creating classical baluster railing. Okay, and also for other topics like Inventor, 3D drawing with Inventor and AutoCAD. Okay, and if you have any issues regarding your software, you will get to go to our help desk menu, Acad System New Help Desk, and raise your ticket there, issues. Okay, and you can continue as guest. Okay, provide your name. Okay, please provide your name. Okay, and enter your subject, email address, company, and further description so that we will know what are the problems in detail. And don't forget to assign the category to KL or Penang, technical or sales. So this help desk is not only meant for technical, is also available for sales inquiry if you want to know anything, or if you have any issues with your accounts that you purchase. Okay, and don't forget to put the priority high, and our teams will get back to you. Right. So there's one question. Right. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, so you can still watch this session back from our Facebook page and YouTube page. Okay. And before we end our session, let me ask you some questions and run the polls. Just want to check your background. Okay. Right. So okay, so yeah, all of us are already back to office, so good to hear that our business is running as normal now. Okay, still waiting for a few more voters for this. Okay, just most of you are the architect, so we will see that most of the architect may not be the BIM manager for most of the projects. You may be the project manager, but in Malaysia, you can see that there is more BIM consultants roles particularly arising to be the BIM manager for particular projects. Okay, and yeah, good to know that some of you are from civil engineer and M&E also. So others, so I'm not sure which disciplines are you from. Okay, you may not be from construction. Okay, but it's good to see that some of our clients that is not from construction also interested to use BIM360 as our working platform, because you know that due to our, when we were in the MCO, everybody was working from home, then we don't have any place to, you know, we don't have a online server, then BIM360 is the right choice for them. And hopefully, thank you for the polls. Okay. Okay. And if you really don't have any other questions, okay, so I would like to thank you guys. And before that, please answer these questions also, if you have satisfied. And if you have any other topics that needs that you need to know to learn freely by us, so we please contact us. Okay, and then call our office or call our technicals, and you can also drop me an email at akil@acadsystems.com. Okay, and thank you guys for your time. So hope to see you guys again in the next event. Right? Thank you very much. Goodbye.